everyone wants to love their living space, right? As much as we love this white leather couch. But sometimes you need a little help. We brought in the big guns. Khristian Howell is a design, color, and pattern expert. You live here in Chicago.
I do.
You've got a fan base around the world, though. And today you were talking with us about neutrals.
Yes.
This is something, I've lived in apartments all over the place. And when I think neutral, I instantly think the beige walls of every apartment I've lived in.
Yes.
And it's boring, but that doesn't have to be the case, you say.
No, neutral does not have to be boring. So let's chat about it a little bit.
Okay.
So first, let's talk about the traditional sense of neutral.
Brown,
if you love all
beige.
those creams, those browns, those beiges, those grays,
Okay.
that's awesome.
Okay.
But the way to make them interesting is to bring in texture. That is what's going to make the room sing.
So maybe in like pillows or rugs? What do you mean?
Yeah, so like bring in a nice like fuzzy rug, maybe some interesting pattern on the wall, still neutral,
Okay.
but that's just going to create some texture and some depth in the space and make it really exciting.
I love that idea, and it does make it look kind of high-end too. You've got some examples here, and it all looks really nice even though it's all in neutral.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
So
now-
look at that wall. It's so great. You know,
Right, what
you've got
is
all
that?
of the depth there, and
Right.
it creates a focal point in this space, and it's just lovely.
Okay, now because when I think neutral, I immediately think brown, beige, white. You say there's a new idea of neutral out there,
Yeah.
different colors that we wouldn't normally think of as neutrals. What are they?
Right. So when we use neutrals, a lot of people want to create a very calming space.
Okay.
But that doesn't have to just stick with the browns and the tans and the earth tones.
Okay.
Pink is actually, I know it sounds crazy, but pink is actually a really great neutral if it's used in the right way.
I was going to say, I'm thinking of my shirt right now, and this is not neutral, so
we
how
wouldn't
do
go
you
that
make it
far.
a neutral? Yeah, exactly.
We wouldn't take it there.
How do you make it a neutral?
Well, you can water it down, right? So
Okay.
you can use like a very soft pink, and you can even work with your painter or go to the paint store and tell them, I want to cut this down by 50%. So then instead of just having a white wall, it's not going to read Pepto Pink, but it will make the space warmer. And then it's a new neutral.
I love that idea. I never even knew you could ask, go to a Home Depot and ask them to cut down a paint.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay, color of the year.
Yes.
Pantone color of the year. Every year people wait to find out what it is. This
Yes.
year, what is it?
This year it's Radiant Orchid.
And what does that have to do with neutrals? Because that's such a bright color.
It is a bright color. And you know, this is a difficult color this year.
Okay.
Purple in general is kind of a polarizing color. But if you use that Radiant Orchid color, and again, cut it down a lot, like a ton.
A very muted version.
A very muted version to almost read like lavender, how it's beautifully executed in this room. It just, again, creates a sense of warmth, a sense of interest, and depth.
And you know what's cool to me about this is that this is a room that both men and women would love.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it doesn't read to me bright purple or uber feminine.
No, it doesn't.
I love it. Khristian, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And we're going to have you back on. So we want to tell our viewers, if you've got any design questions or color questions in your life, or maybe you need help with a room in your house, make sure you tweet us. So you can tweet at Khristian Howell, at Melody Mendez TV, or at Good Day Chicago. Let us know your questions, and the next time that Khristian's on the show, we will answer them for you.
Awesome.
And by we, I mean she will answer them for you, because you don't want my answer. It won't be the correct one. We'll be right back after the break. I love the idea.